Hi everyone, it's Sarah here. I recently posted on a few Facebook pages these flowers that I made, and I was blown away by the amount of interest that people had shown and asking for the tutorial to make them. So I'm going to show you that now. They're really easy to make. So let's get started. So what I used was the Lady E Poinsettia 2 dies. Now I do have these in stock, and if you're familiar with the Lady E dies, you'll know that they're very good quality. They cut really well, and they also, with this one, it sort of embosses the vein lines onto the cardstock as well. So I actually used watercolour card. Again, I do keep that in stock. The reason for that is because I felt it gave quite a strong flower. It wasn't too fragile, so you know it would cope with like being moved, your card or your project, whatever, being moved about and whatever. So you can just see there the veins on there. So I'm going to start off by colouring it. Now I've used Distress Oxides, and all I'm going to do is just randomly put a bit of colour. Okay, I'm just going to get a couple more petals. So just do a few all at the same time. So doing the pink bits. You can use other inks as well. So I'm just randomly going over. It's nothing too complicated. Okay, I've just got a few of the slightly smaller petals, because what I'll do is I'll make up the 3 sizes. Now you can use 2 layers per flower, 3 layers, it's entirely up to you. Obviously if you want your cardstock to go further, then just use the 2. Okay, so we just go around like that. So that's it with some pink. So let me just check. I've got 3 of that size, 3 of that size, and 3 of that size. Okay, and then I'm going to add a bit of green, again with the Distress Oxides. So just randomly colour like that. So you can see how that looks. I will also do tutorials with the other flowers to give you some ideas. There we go. Now you can just use 1 colour if you want to. 2 colours are really nice. You could use 3. You know, just experiment. It's entirely up to you. So, and a bit more on this one. So there you can see that hasn't taken very long at all, has it, to just colour those. So I've got 3 in that small size, 3 there in the medium, and 3 in the large. Now I'm going to use a different colour. I've got the peacock feathers. So I'm just going to get 3 of those of the bigger size. And just again some random colour put on in random areas. And I found actually with these dies and the watercolour paper, you can actually cut out 2 at a time. The second layer doesn't have the indentation of the veins quite so much, but you can still see it. So you could have those as the layers further down. Keep the top layer perhaps as the one that's got the veins that are most evident. So put a bit more in here. Just checking, I've got 3 of each, 3 of the big, 3 of the medium, and now I'll do 3 of the smaller. Oops, let me just swap that one. Here we go. So what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to leave these ones with just 1 colour, so you can see the difference of a two colour flower and a single colour. So let me just pop these to one side again. Those are the middle size. and those are the small. Okay, so those didn't take long to do at all, did they? So now what we're going to do is shape them. So I use a moulding mat, and what I'm going to do now is I've got my embossing tool, and if you remember, you've got the one side with the embossed veins on. We're going to turn it over, and on the mat we're just going to go all around the edges like that, and what that does is it crinkles up the edge of the petal just for a little bit more of a realistic look. Okay, and you can see how the card sorry, the cutter is really folding up. Then what I do is I take just an ordinary household sponge. It's quite a spongy one, and I'm going to press down in the middle like that, so it just gives it a bit more shape. Okay, so I'm going to do that for all three of this big one. So around the edges. You can of course use ordinary white cardstock if you want to. It's just that the watercolour card is a little bit thicker. Like I say, it holds the flower probably a bit better. Press down there. So what we'll do is we'll make up all the flowers first. And obviously if you have a go at making these, I'd love you to get in contact and show me, and let me know what you think of this video as well. Right, so I've got those three there. Okay, so I'll pop those to one side. The other thing you can decide to do is whether you're going to have, if I just show you there, when we lay those up, you might decide you don't want all the same size. You want those two perhaps as a bigger one, and perhaps a smaller size flower in the middle. So we might do that as well. So it's really up to you how you do it. Okay. Let's shape these. You can also colour with lots of other mediums. You can use pan pastels, oil pastels, like I said, distress inks, the oxides, all sorts. Right, so let's just pop that on there. Okay, so that's those three done. Let's try the smaller ones now. Of course, the exciting part is when you actually start to build the flower, and then the really exciting part is when you put the glitter on at the end. But I'll show you that obviously at the end of the flower making. There we go. Press that down. Okay, so that's those done. So those didn't take long at all, did they? So now we're going to have a go with the blue and white. In fact, this is something you could be doing whilst you're just sitting watching TV, I suppose. Pass the time away. It's another blue. So you could even spend an evening where you just cut out a load of these flowers, just keep them in a box or a bag for when you're ready, and then you can make up the flowers when you need them, or even have a box ready where they're cut out and coloured but not shaped, and then again they're ready for when you need them. Okay, that's our blue ones. Okay, then we'll turn those over again. So just to show you again how they shape up like that. Okay. And of course at this point, if you wanted to add a bit more colour, you can. Okay, so those are our blue ones done. And now for the smallest size of the blue. Here we go. I always like to see the ends of the petals crinkle up. There we go. So that's all of our flowers shaped. Okay. Now I'm going to use this yellow mat again, and what I'm going to do now is with my pokey tool, I'm going to poke a hole in the centre of each flower. Okay, because we want to be able to put the stamens through there. So we'll do all of those in together so we don't forget. You might find that you might have to redo the hole or make it a little bit bigger when you start to put the stamens through, depending on how many stamens you use, of course. Okay, and then we just go through these last few here, these little ones. Now, because these are smaller, you do have to be a bit careful because you could end up splitting the cardstock. Because if I just show you, you can see there, by the time I've done the whole there, there's not a lot of cardstock left around it. But don't worry if it splits, because to be honest, once you've got your stamens in, and you can use your glue gun to just hold it all together, and the stamens will hide any rip or tear that you might get. So just the last two to do. There we go. Yeah, see that hole's going to, oh, actually, can you see there how that's split? But to be honest, that's not going to be a problem, because once my stamens are in and I've used my glue gun, it'll all hold together. So we'll get that mat out of the way, and I'm just going to have a quick drink if you don't mind. That's better. Okay, so now we're going to actually build the flowers. Now I've got my hot glue gun on ready. That's what I'm going to use to put the flowers together. You can use like a cosmic shimmer glue or any strong glue. That's fine, it's entirely up to you. But now it's a case of deciding on the stamens. Now I have a selection here. I have some that look like this. Then I've got these ones, which is like a same kind of idea but just a deeper colour. I've got these here, which are a slightly different shape on the end. Okay, and then I've also got these, which are much chunkier. Okay, so I might make one flower with these in the centre and then another flower with the plain ones. So let's have a look then. So I'm thinking if I use these now, I'm going to perhaps use, I might just use two on that one. Let's see what I've got. See what I'd have left over, because I want to try and get as many flowers out of this as I can for you to see. So that those could go together. Maybe that like that. Okay, so yeah, so I can get about 4 flowers out of those there by layering them up like that. So what I'm going to do now, a very, very special tool. This piece of thin wire, you can buy them in like pound shops. It's just very fine wire. That's going to be the tool that you use for feeding the stamens through the centre of your flower. And what you do is you cut a piece. Okay, if I just open that up, right, and then you just literally fold it in half and we're going to use that to feed through. So let me just get a few of my Stamens ready. I'm going to use these pink ones. So again, depends on how many you want to put in there yourself. Let's have a look. Okay, I'm going to get the wire and just feed that around it like that, so it looks like that. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start to feed that through here. Now, because I've got quite a few, I might have to just tug a bit to get it through that flower. Let's have a look. Is that going to work? Yeah, that's it. Okay. Let's just, I can just push that through. That's lovely. Okay, can you see that there? Right, now I'm going to get my next layer ready. This one. Okay, and I'm going to pull that through. Oops, does that want to come through? I might have to just make the hole a bit bigger. Yeah, I think I will. Just 1 second. Yeah. So pull that through like that. That's better. There we go. Now this is where my glue gun comes in. So what I'm going to do is just pull that back a bit. Just pop a bit of glue in there and sort of stagger your petals. Okay, and I'm just going to hold that there for a few seconds just whilst the glue takes. That's it. Now for my third layer. So I'm just going to make that hole a bit bigger. Thread that through. Okay, let's stagger the petals. Yep, and then again just pull one of those petals down, add a bit of glue, and then push the petals back up. Right, make sure you're happy with how they are. Okay, now that could be your flower as it is. You could leave it like that, but we are going to add the glitter onto it in a moment. So I'm going to just leave that. What I also tend to do is a little bit of glue just on the back there as well, just to sort of hold it in place. Okay, so that's that bit done. Just get that wire out. Right, I'm just going to move this board out of the way actually. So if you just bear with me a second. We'll pop that down here out of the way. Okay, and all the stringy bits of glue. Okay, so where's our flower? Oh, there it is. Right, so that's our one flower there. Okay, so let's have a go at one of the blue ones now. So this time I think I'm going to use the darker ones. Here we go. So let's gather a few together. Do I think I've got enough there? Maybe one more. That's my little tool again. Okay. And we'll pull that through. There we go. Can you see that? Right, we'll do another layer. I've gone for the bigger size now. Let's just stagger that. Yep. Glue gun again. And just make sure the petals are staggered. That's it. Okay. And then one more layer. Just pull that through. There we go. That's it, and we're just going to put our glue again. That's it. Okay, so there is a blue and a pink. Okay, and what we'll do obviously is I'll make up the rest of the flowers, and then you can see how they all look together. So let's get some of these smaller blue. And then these, of course, they can look lovely on your cards, projects, if you like decorate a box, even on canvases, put them on there. You could do some lovely wall art with these. Let's pull that through. Oops. Okay, hold it for a few seconds and we'll put another layer on. So we'll do that one. Okay. And obviously when you're using the glue gun, do be careful because the glue can get very hot and you can burn yourself quite badly. So just push that up a bit there. Okay, take that out and pop just a little bit of glue on the back again. Just get rid of these wispy bits of the glue. Okay, and we'll do another blue one here. The only thing is these stringy bits of glue stick to you. Let's have a look. That's lovely. So we'll make one more blue flower with these 3 pieces that are left. Now this was the one that was broken, wasn't it? Do you know what? I think I might do that on the second layer. So I'm going to go through there with this one first. Okay, like that. Then we'll put this one on. Right. Now see, you can't tell that it's ripped there, can you? What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue under there just to hold it all in place. Just hold it for a few seconds. And then our last layer. Just turn, that's lovely. So this is just a smaller flower now. And of course, if you were putting these on a card, you probably would want to do a variety of sizes rather than all the same size. Okay. Glue on the back again. Right, so those are our 3 blue and white flowers. Okay, so you can see that they do vary in size. Oops. There we go. It's these bits of glue. Oh dear. If I could just get these off my fingers because they're sticking everywhere. Okay, so those are the blue ones. We'll finish off the pinky ones now. And you notice by using a different type of stamen, you get a different look, obviously, to your flower. So I've got a little handful there. Let's have a look. Okay. Right, let's put these through. Might have to make the hole on that one a bit bigger, I think. Oh no, it's gone through, that's fine. There we go, look. You see, if you wanted as well, you could even have just one layer like that as like filler flowers. So you've got like your main big flowers, but just have a few like this. In fact, you know what? I might do that with this. I'll leave that one like that. So it's like a filler flower. Okay. So when you're making up your card, you know, by adding these sort of in the little spaces you might have, that can be quite effective. Right, so let's do a few more. Of course, if you were using like a cosmic shimmer glue or another strong glue, you wouldn't have the problem of all these wispy bits with that you get with the glue gun. Let's have a look. Put that through there. Okay, I'm just holding it again for a few seconds. And then we'll do that size, I think. Yeah. Let's just decide which way I'm going to fold these. That's it, I'll do it like that, I think. Oops. Okay, hold it for a few seconds. There we go. And then we've just got those two bits left, so let's have a look. That one was one that's also split. I might just be able to use it though, I think. Let's have a look. I'm not going to put quite so many stamens in this one. Just using 3. Okay, like that. That's because that's split. I might be able to just like thread it through. Yeah, just like that. And I'm going to actually put a bit of glue there now. That's it. Okay, and then I'll put it through this last layer. There we go. Okay, so that is the flowers made. So if I just show you, let's get some of these bits out of the way so you can see. So we've got 4 pink ones there and the 3 blue. Now, like I said, you can actually leave them like that. I'm just going to move some more bits out of the way. Yeah, you could leave them like that. But we are going to add the glitter because I think it's the glitter that everybody actually really liked on the flowers. So what I've got here, I'm just using this container. I'm just using ordinary PVA glue, and you don't need a lot, just little bits. I'm just going to squeeze a bit into there. Right, now if you look, there's not a lot there. Okay, I might just have to top it up a little bit, but I'm just going to get a brush now. When I've got rid of these wispy bits again. Oh dear, feels like spider's web. Okay, so I'm just going to pick up a bit of this, and what I'm going to do now is literally just dab. Okay, now I didn't use much glue there at all. Okay, bit of glue there, and this is the glitter that I use. It's the Cosmic Shimmer Glitter Jewels, and if I just open that up and show you, And if you can see that, they're like tiny little circles, little discs, okay, but they catch the light beautifully. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my flower and I'm just going to dip it in like that, and then obviously those little discs are only going to stick to where the glue was. So I don't know if you can see that, whether you've got the shimmer showing or not. Okay, so I'll put that down there. We'll do it with the next one. Just dab the glue. You haven't got to be too precise with it. Okay, top that in. Right, can you see that there? If you can see the glisten. And then the next flower. Okay, we'll tip that in. Oops. There you go. There's another one. Can you see that? I'm hoping you can see the glistening on there. Okay, and now we'll do them with the pinks as well. There you go. And can you see how far that tiny bit of glue has gone? It's been really good. You don't need a lot at all. Right, we'll just have a touch more glue because we have run out now. If you wanted to cover the whole of the petal in glitter, you could. It's entirely up to you. You can never have enough glitter, can you, girls? Okay. And then our last one. Okay. And then just remember when you finish with the PVA glue on your brush to wash your brush so it doesn't go too hard, but you can soak it in warm water. So let's put the lid on that so we don't knock any of this over, and let's make way so you can see the finished flowers. So those were the originals, and then the ones we've made today, we've got the blue and white, and we've got these pink ones with the pinks inside. So I hope you found that video interesting. I hope you'll have a go at making them. So I'd love you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and every time I put a new video on, you'll get you should get an email notification to say there's a new one on. I will be doing flowers with the other Lady dies as well as lots of other video tutorials too. Like I said, the dies that I used today and the watercolour card are available on my website, which is www.craftallday.co.uk. But also, if there's anything you want to know, any advice, any help, any questions, please feel free. My contact my contact email is on the website, so please feel free to get in contact. But I'd love to know what you thought of this tutorial, if you found it interesting, if there's anything you thought I could have done better. I'm hoping that you're able to see it all okay. And anyway, have fun with flower making. Bye.